All right, final stretch. We are on page 14. This is the last page of our notes. So we're already done with this unit, which is kind of crazy. All right, so let's go and continue on with page 13, right? We are finding sine of A, cosine of A, and so forth. Write your fractions in the simplest form using our calculators. So let's go and do part A. Part A, we see that we have sine of A, cosine of A, tangent of A. So we're all focusing on one reference angle, so there's no switching of that. So let's go ahead and start labeling my sides. I have my opposite to be 15, my adjacent to be 20, and then across from my right angle is my hypotenuse, which is 25. Right, so SOHCAHTOA, I have sine to be opposite over hypotenuse, cosine to be adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent to be opposite over adjacent. So my sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So we just have to go and fill it in. So sine of A, you have my opposite side, which is 15, all over my hypotenuse, which is 25. And again, I'm going to go into my calculator, see if that reduces to a nice fraction. It does. It simplifies to 3/5. Okay, let's do a cosine of A. So I'm looking at the adjacent side, which is 20, all over my hypotenuse, which is 25. Plug that in. It looks like we have 4/5. Right? Tangent is the opposite, which is my 15, over the adjacent, which is 20. 15 divided by 20 makes a nice fraction of 3/4. Nice. Part B, looks like we have sine of A, cosine of A, tangent of A. Here's my angle A. Let's go and label it first. So my opposite side is 30, my adjacent side is 40, and my hypotenuse is 50. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent opposite over adjacent. Okay, and let's just go ahead, dive into it. My opposite of A is said to be 30, all over my hypotenuse, which is 50. So I am going to go and plug that in. And it reduces to 3/5. That's a weird looking 3. Let me go and rewrite that. Nice, 3/5. Okay. Cosine of A, my adjacent side is 40. My hypotenuse is 50. If I go ahead and do 40 divided by 50, make it into a fraction, I have 4/5. Okay, then I have tangent, which is the opposite side, which is 30, all over my adjacent side, which is 40. Same exact thing, I'm doing 30 divided by 40, checking to see if it reduces. It reduces to 3/4. Hooray. All right, example C. So we got our lovely triangle. It looks like we are doing sine of A, tangent of A, cosine of A. So I'm looking at angle A. Choose a different color. Okay, I'm going to go and label my side. So I have opposite to be 80. I have the adjacent side to be 60. And then I have my hypotenuse to be 100. Right? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Let's go and fill it in. My opposite side is said to be 80. My hypotenuse is 100. So I'm going to type in 80 divided by 100, see what pops out. Nice. We get 4/5. Okay, and then I'm going to do tangent. I have my opposite side, which is 80, all over my adjacent side, which is 60. 80 divided by 60. Nice, it reduces to 4/3. And then last but not least, I have cosine of A, so my adjacent side is 60, all over my hypotenuse, which is 100. So I'm going to type in my calculator, 60 divided by 100. It gives me a fraction of 3/5. Nice. All right. let's go ahead. Now, skills 2, level 2 notes. This is just trig with calculators. So in our calculators, we can go ahead and plug in these values. Just the thing that we have to make sure that we're doing in Desmos, let me go ahead and redo this guy right here. We need to make sure that we're in the right mode. So now that we are in trigonometry, it's a whole different nature where you're going to have radians or degrees. We want to make sure that we are in degree mode. So all you have to do is you have to press this little toolbox guy. If it's dark on radians, you need to make sure that you click degrees so that we are nice and easy, ready to go in order to plug these guys in. So again, so it says first you can use your calculators to approximate the trig ratio of an angle. And then we are round to the nearest hundredths place. So hundredths place, this is when we are 2 places after the decimal. Okay. So again, we should be in degree mode, which we double checked. We already are. So my first one, I'm going to go and plug in sine. So this is when we're going to go to functions. I'm going to see right there, it says trig functions. We have sine, cosine, and tangent. That's all we're going to go and focus on here. So I'm going to put sine, and all I'm going to do is type in 42. And I get 0.669. Okay, again, we're rounding to the nearest hundredths place, so I have to go and focus on the 6. I'm going to look at the next number over, which is a 9, right? If it is equal to 5 or higher, then we round up, right? If it is less than 5, then we stay the same. So if I'm looking at this one right, it is a 9, so it is obviously higher than 5. So we do round up the 6, we should get 0.67. Okay, same exact thing. I'm going to do sine of 33. We get a a decimal of 0.544. I'm looking at my second number after my decimal, looking at the next number over. It is less than 5, so we do not care about it at all. Our answer is 0.54. Okay, let's do the rest. Cosine of 75. This is my other function, cosine 75. I get 0.258. Same exact thing. I'm looking at the 5, seeing if we round it up or stay the same. I like the next number over. It's an 8, so I do have to round up the 5 1. So 0.26 would be my answer. Okay. Cosine of 80 is equal to 0.1736. Right, again, I'm looking at my second number and then the number right next to it. Okay, it is a 3, so it does not even matter. I'm left with 0.17. All right, looking at now tangent. So I'm looking at the third function, tangent of 55. We should get, what is that, 1.428. Same exact thing. I'm looking at the 2 if we have to round it up or keep it the same. I'm looking at the next number over. It's an 8. 8 is greater than 5, so I have to round up the 2 by 1. So I get 1.43. Final stretch, last one. I have tangent of 17. Right, that gives me a 0.3057. Same exact thing. I'm looking at the 0, seeing if it rounds up. Now my next number is 5. 5 is equal to 5, so I have to round up the 0 by 1. So we get 0.31. And that's it. Okay, so here we are going to have to use our rounding properties.